Okay, so we just got done doing the and inequality, so now we're going to do the or inequality. So go ahead and open up your foldable on the or section. I'm going to zoom in so you can see this better. Okay, so this problem is 4v plus 3 is less than or equal to -5. So that is our first inequality. And our second inequality is -2 is plus 7 is less than 1. So when I'm doing this, I'm actually just going to solve both of these inequalities. So I'm going to start by setting it up. Ooh, let's actually use a pen, not a highlighter. So, and when I solve this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to subtract the 3 first. If I do it to one side, I got to do it to the other. Sorry, it's a new pen. Okay, and when I get, that cancels out, so I got 4v is less than or equal to -8. And then I have to get the v by itself, so I'm going to divide by 4. And v is less than or equal to -2. So there's my first inequality solved. Now I'm going to go ahead and do the second inequality. So for this one, just like before, I'm going to know where the inequality symbol is, and then I'm going to get the v by itself. So minus the 7. So I got -2v is less than -6. And I'm going to divide by -2. Okay, so I got v is 3. Now be careful. Notice how I divided by negative right here. That means I'm going to flip the sign. So instead of it being a less than, I'm actually going to do a greater than. Okay, so that is a greater than. And the reason I did that is because I flipped the sign because I divided by a negative. So flip sign because I divided by a negative. Negative. Okay, so my second inequality is v is greater than 3. So I've got the two inequalities. This is an or problem. So the way you do this is you just join it with an or. So I've got v is less than or equal to -2, or v is greater than 3. So when I go ahead and I graph this, so let's go to the graph. Oh, I wrote so small this time. Okay, so v is less than or equal to -2. That's going to be a closed circle because it's the less 2 with it. That's a closed circle, trust me. Okay, so I've got closed circle. And then for the v is greater than 3, that's an open circle. So I have an open circle at 3. Now, for all the numbers that v is less than or equal to -2, that means we're going towards the windows. And we've got it going that way. And all the numbers that are greater than 3 goes towards the wall. And because this is an or, it's actually both sections of this graph. So we don't have to look where it's overlapping. So the last problem, we were looking for the overlap, the space between the 1 and the, or I'm sorry, the 1/2 and the 2. This time it's both sections. I've got 2 different parts of the answer here. Okay, so once your notes are complete, make sure your notes are complete, and go ahead and glue this on page 28. Okay, you're going to glue this on page 28.